how you were doing. But when you feel up to it, we are here. Love you lots.
Nothing much, man. I didn't know what happened. Somebody showed me some screenshots of Traders Amongst. I was like, I don't care about that stuff. That don't bother me a bit. Shit.
Well, see, the thing is, if they can't read that and see exactly what it is, then they haven't been studied in class too good. Because, yes, if everybody goes back and reads that, they will learn that that is what we was taught by Ernie Shell. If you see, you follow the narrative. Follow their narrative. You go with them. That is my first attempt when I was learning to fish, as Ernie taught me.
You did good. You fished. That's good.
And,
that's really, really good.
If you talk to Mama T, she knew all about it.
So I do admire you guys for forming your own little posses and stuff and getting together and working on these techniques that I taught you and that you guys are using from me, because they don't know these techniques and they're idiots and they fall for anything and everything. I mean, it's like the blind leading the blind, except for it ain't Ricky Beavers leading it. Because if Ricky Beavers was leading them, they do a lot better.
Yeah, and see, the way I see it, if you read it and you pay attention to it, my words didn't mean nothing in that, but my actions outside of those words showed it all.
Exactly. That's why I started off today with, what's words when the actions show it all. Exactly.
And if you remember what I said a few weeks ago, I can show you better than I can tell you.
Exactly.
And that's all that was. And see, what happened on that was I was about a week and a half away from busting her ass. And she called on and jumped ship and run next door.
Oh, yeah. So those conversations, who's those conversations in between?
It's between me, Mael, Angel Carol, and Snail Slayer. But mostly
Angel Carol.
That's right.
And that just shows you this narratives here. That just shows you. I mean, Lord, I'm gonna have to go pull back all kinds of stuff. But anyways, I just believe if you just kill the snake, it just all dies out. Anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's what I'm gonna do. So what did you think about the performance this morning? You don't have to say nothing about.
Alright, so let's go over this. When I put out those messages yesterday, let me just explain those messages a little bit. So those messages were from one of Ernie's supporters named Angel Carol, and she was just a subscriber for Ernie Show. And then her and the Liberators, both Sherry and Kenny, became friends. And when they first started their channel, she was like the second mod in their channel. Okay? So that's a little bit of the backstory. Now, was Angel Carol a neurotic supporter where she would just go from chat to chat and get blocked by everybody? No. But she was loyal. Let me just show you this. Okay, so we reviewed one of the versions. I think they were live all day today. A little pissed about that, releasing those text messages. I'm sorry, people deserve to know. I said by the end of this you would know if, or I guess not if, but for once and for all, that Ernie Mama T, and liberators are all the same shitty person. Alright, so let's break down that video. In that particular video, not even the 50 other stories Kenny tells, and Mama T, where she gets on panel and says, oh yeah, I was in on it. Okay, who does that for one? If you're that miserable in life, that every person you come across... Now, this is supposed to be the light side, okay? This is supposed to be the light side. I don't know what's light about them, but that's what they call themselves. But you mean to tell me that their first instinct when they meet someone new is to go fishing? To bait them into saying something they can use against them and then out them in front of an audience? For what? A pat on the back from the great Ernie Show? That makes no fucking sense. That's disgusting. That is psychotic. Okay, if there's trolls, right? And they come in your chat and they mess with you, right? Which I think trolls are hilarious, but that's just me, probably because I'm one of the biggest trolls I know. But trolls are funny. And, you know what? Trolls allow you to have self-awareness. Maybe the trolls see something obvious about you that you don't want to admit about yourself. And instead of being too good and totally righteous and all that, maybe you should just say, hey, maybe I do that. You know? Self-awareness is a huge thing. You know, that's why I make these little videos about different things, different behaviors, different things about psychology, is because I've been laying the groundwork for busting these fools out. It's one thing to just laugh at them, make fun of them, and say, well, that's wrong. Well, why is it wrong? I think it's important that we show what is wrong with this situation, psychologically or behaviorally or whatever. You know, I love just being crazy and terrorizing them. I do. That's the part I enjoy the most. But it's also nice to sit around and say, oh, okay, that's a part of human behavior, and that's why these things happen. Okay? That's just me. I like to know why. I like to know why these people are so easily manipulated. And it's funny, the video I made, Ernie was just talking about that. It's okay, babe. It's storming. Sorry. That's why my video's a little late. My dogs are upset. And they've been upset all night. But that prefrontal cortex. It's funny, he was just talking about that. And we just made fun of him about that. But that's actually legitimately why these people are so easily controlled. I have to give him credit where credit is due, that he was correct about that. The man knows how to manipulate the masses. Even it's a small mass of rejects, but still. So let's break down this call. I transcribed it, and I'm going to read it to you. Break by break. Alright. Ernie says, nothing much, man. I didn't know what happened. Somebody showed me some screenshots of Traders and Monks and was like, I don't care about that stuff. That don't bother me a bit. Shit. And then the Liberator says, well, see, the thing is if they can't read that and see exactly what it is, then they haven't been studying in class too good. So let's stop there. He says, see, the thing is, if they can't read that, talking about those messages, and see exactly what it is, then they haven't been studying in class too good. Now, in my version of phishing, okay, it's not entrapment. There's a difference. So, phishing, when someone is not talking about, let's say, a blue sky. Let's say somebody's talking about fast cars. and you throw, wow, that is a clear blue sky. So you completely divert their attention way the fuck over there. That's not fishing, okay? That's something else. Now, let's just add an insult as an example. So let's say I'm talking about pretty flowers. And then someone says, man, did you see so-and-so? She's such a bitch. That is psychotic. That's not fishing. That's psychotic. Okay? Let me just point that out for one. So I don't know what class he was learning in, but unless it was How to Be a Psycho 101 by Ernie Shell, that's the only class that homeboy is teaching. Alright? Alright, let me go on. Well, see, the thing is, if they can't read that and see exactly what it is, then they haven't been studying in class too good. Then he goes on to say, because yes, if everybody goes back and reads that, they will learn that that is what we was taught by Ernie Shell. Again, How to Be a Psycho. Okay? Nowhere in anything. Detectives can't do that. PIs don't do that. They have a goal. Okay, they have a clear goal. So the Liberator's channel was anti-bullying, right? Okay? Is creating a fishing expedition to get one of your subs to maybe admit some kind of dirt on something so you can hold it against her later. That makes no fucking sense. That's psychotic on another level that I don't think any of us were expecting out of the libtards and Mama T. Because she's in this too. She co-signed today. She said today, I should have screen recorded it, but it's too late to go back. She said today, I was there, I was in on it, alright? So I'm adding you into it, bitch. Okay? And they said so many other things today, but I really didn't listen because Truth and Justice was on, and I would rather give her my view and my attention. And, you know, not to mention I work multiple full-time jobs. Plus, I'm making these videos now, so I'm pretty busy. And it sure ain't gonna be watching up after these fools. When they think I'm triggered, I'm usually chilling somewhere drinking a Capri Sun. You feel me? Like, I don't even get triggered. Like, I detonate those fools. And you know what's even funny? Is that they sit there and they're like, oh, they're so triggered. And literally, we're sitting here chilling, laughing, having a good time, you know, making fun of them. Or not even talking about them. Or they're like crying, playing the who can out victim who. And we're still having a good time. Like, the party never ends. Okay, like for me personally, the party never ends. I am always in a good mood. I don't care what happens. You will not see me in a bad mood because it doesn't happen. People don't set me off. I do not give people power. And when you don't give people power, I don't care what you say about me. I'll probably think it was funny if it was good. But these fools are sitting around plotting against their very own subs and moderators. So let this be a lesson. And I know a lot of Ernie's people watch my watch my videos, which is totally fine. I will never block you. I don't care what you say. I'm not a psycho like you guys. Alright? You do what you want. You can say what you want. I respect it. Just be respectful. But you guys have to realize, if the Liberators did this to Angel, they're going to do it to you. She gave them money. She didn't stop giving them money. Only when they turned on her and had Ernie and Jimbo come up on panel and battle a 50-something-year-old woman, that's when she left. That's pathetic. It took Kenny, Ernie, Jimbo, and Mama T. Why? She's an old woman. Like, it's pathetic. But if you question the narrative, they all pounce on you. So let that be a lesson. Even if you bow out quietly, like Angel did. Angel just left. So let me continue. Alright. If you see, and I'm sorry, this is the Liberator continued. If you see, you follow the narrative. Follow their narrative. And I wrote it just like the idiot said it. So, excuse it. It's not me. It's them. If you see, you follow the narrative. Follow their narrative. You go with them. That is my first attempt, what I was learning to fish as Ernie taught me. Again, that's not fishing. Fishing is you hear someone talking about a certain subject off to the side. Okay? And because you heard that conversation at a later date and time, then you might probe that person and say, hey, how do you feel about so-and-so? Nonchalantly, after you get to know them. That's fishing. This is fucking sick. Okay? Ernie, you did good. You did good. You fished. You fished. That's good. I think of that like Joe Biden meme. You know that saying, if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime or whatever, but Joe Biden says it like, you teach a man to fish, you give him a bicycle and a t-shirt, or I don't even remember how it went, but that's legitimately all I kept thinking of when I was trying to write those down. So Ernie says, that's really, really good. Liberator says, and we talked to Mama T. She knew all about it. So that's the second cosign. That Mama T was in on the psychotic behavior. Which, again, a lot of us were on the fence about. We didn't know 100% certainty. Now you know. These are their words. Ernie, so I do admire you guys for forming your own little posses and stuff and getting together and working on these techniques that I taught you and that you guys are using from me because they don't know these techniques and they're idiots and they fall for anything and everything. Okay. Let me just mention who gets hacked every other day. The Liberators just got hacked today. Maybe by me, maybe not. I don't know. But I'm an idiot. Angel's an idiot. You're an idiot. I don't think so. I mean, and I'm sorry, this is Ernie continued. I mean, it's like the blind leading the blind. Except for it ain't Ricky Beavers leading it. Because if Ricky Beavers was leading them, they'd do a lot better. Now, let's just remember the pedo simps that are Ricky Beavers, Ernie Shell, the Liberators. That's why Angel fell out with all of these people, is because she would not accept that Jimbo had sex with an 11-year-old. And then married her when she turned 12, because he was getting ready to turn 18, and he would have got arrested. Okay? I'm sorry. As a woman, if you condone that, something is wrong with you. Don't care. Liberators. And yeah. And see the way I see it. If you read it and you pay attention to it, my words didn't mean nothing in that. But my actions outside of those words showed it all. Again, his words weren't in those messages. That was Sherry and Angel. Okay? And his actions, like, let's just take today's actions. He was saying he was on a fishing expedition. So instead of acknowledging that he wants to grow a channel, okay, because he always says, I want to make extra money because the loser don't work. Every time I'm at work, he's on a live. So that tells you right there. And then he's e-begging for money because they don't have food. You know, when I don't have food, I get to work. So that way I don't run out of food. I mean, I know it's weird. I know that's a hard concept, but that's what most people do. Not them. They e-beg. And then they get pissed when I call them Scam Nation. Well, stop scamming, and I wouldn't call you Scam Nation. If you and Ernie and Mama T would go out and be productive members of fucking society, I wouldn't call you a scammer. And I would move on with my life and make fun of someone else. Or not. But regardless, at the end of the day, if you stop doing the behavior, I would stop commenting on it. It's that simple. So he says, my words didn't mean nothing in those messages. My actions. So again, let me mention again, if you are a subscriber to Ernie or Liberator or Mama T or any one of them with the exception of Southern Girl, this is exactly what they're plotting and scheming behind your back. Especially if you're a moderator. Especially if they've told you something personal that you don't want, that they don't want out. You have a target on your back. And I don't feel sorry for you, but I also do at the same time because you're a human being. Ernie says, exactly. And that's why I started off today with what's words when actions show it all exactly. And if that was English, let me know. I don't know. This Kentucky language, and I know not all Kentucky people talk like this, but these Kentucky people, I'm pretty sure are inbred. Pretty sure that's the problem. Alright, Liberator. If you remember what I said a few weeks ago, I can show you better than I can tell you. Now, I'm just guessing, but he can show us, or he can show Ernie, that he was a good little boy and he brought Daddy a fish or whatever. Like, what? Does this make sense to a normal person? Because I'm a normal person and this makes no sense to me. Like, what would make you come to a point in your life? Because these people are old, okay? They're like 50-something or something. I don't know. 40s, 50s, I don't know. But they're a lot older than me. And these people legitimately wake up in the morning and they're like, who should we test now? Like, who does that? That is like hyper paranoia. Okay? The only people that I know of with paranoia like that is mentally ill people and drug addicts. Which I think fits the bill. Now, Liberator says, and that's all that was, and what happened on that was, I was about a week and a half away from busting her ass. And she caught on and jumped ship and ran next door. Okay. So, now, this prick is talking about an old lady. Okay? He's gonna bust her ass? For what? Your bitch at home, your fishing partner, or your catfish, or whatever y'all want to call each other, was the one that brought up this trash every single time. Your wife. But yet you continued to accept a single disabled old lady's money with your e-begging fucking marathon. While you and your fat ass wife sit over there and do nothing but e-beg and fucking try out for the Victim Olympics. Do you not see an issue with your life? Because I see lots of issues. And this is why none of us like you. And this is why no one actually likes you. Your lives are freaking pathetic. And your lives, your personal lives, are even more pathetic. If you want to be better, you have to do better. This behavior is psychotic. And that's what you guys don't realize. You act as if you're all mentally ill. And that's some of the reasons I put out the lives that I did today. Again, to lay that psychological foundation for everyone. The shared delusional disorder. If this isn't a textbook study, I need to call up, like, WebMD and say, I've got a story for you. I bet you they wouldn't believe me. I bet you they would not believe me. But luckily for them, I have video evidence. And you know what? That's actually what I might do. Maybe I will get published. Because I have a case of that folie du or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce it. But when it's a group of people, I don't know the word. Because that's French. And I don't speak French. But the French fry a do. Okay? Perfect example of French fry a do over there. A group of fucking crazy peoples, 6 fries fucking short of a Happy Meal. All in the same bag together. Ain't none of them got a damn thing going for them. They all got serious issues. But yet, they want to single out and attack a bunch of old women. But then when someone younger, more apt to fucking battle with these fools come along, we're terrorists. Well, hey, if the shoe fits, bitch, I'ma wear it. And it's probably not a size 7 like you, Ernie. Alright, I'm out, you guys. I'll keep dropping videos, and we're gonna keep fucking terrorizing these fools. I'm over it. And I feel like, you know, for months I've just sat by and all this crazy shit's went on. I mean, dude poked himself in the face with a fork. If that didn't say it all to these fools, I don't know what is what. Alright, bye.